Bitter criticism, nice. Just remember, this is just practice channel. This is just a English practice channel. But I, just my just I know a personal opinion. I just feel better saying substantial things like meaningful things for me, you know. So that's why I keep reading geopolitical articles and stuff. So, but above all, it's just English, an English practice channel. It's just for practice, understand? I never been in outside South America. I never been in Guyana, English Guyana, understand? So I have never been on a English speaker country. Ay, sale Murcia. And well, it's been 2 days. When maybe there will be an Israeli destruction. So yeah, I cannot hide. I just can wonder why people don't destroy Israel. Why that doesn't happen after so many Palestinian people died, so many everybody, Iranians, Lebanese, all. I'm not an expert, you know, I just reading articles. I'm not an expert at all, but oh look, right-wing riots break out across UK. Protesters clashed with police and left-wing demonstrators in Manchester, Liverpool, and dozens of other towns and cities. This has nothing to do with, you know, yeah, long story short, Mimi. Yeah, I sent Mimi away, but I like her. I was just, venga Mimi. So Mimi is gone. I miss her now. Well, I guess people don't destroy Israel because I guess it's complex, you know. Israel is powerful and is backed by the United States of America and Europe and some, but mostly the US. So that's why Israel is so powerful. And other than that, why people in general they have this relation of fear and admiration for the United States, because people want to make money. People want to be rich, full of dollars. That's my take about people in general, you know, Brazilians, maybe Palestinians, Arabs, you know. And well, in the back of their heads, these people from Global South, they know there's a lot of people that know a lot of things, like even Chinese people, they know. But who knows, you know? It's like the United States of America. They created capitalism. Understand? So that's why they are so important. This warmongering philosophy, this barbarian philosophy of invading and pillaging, you know, taking wealth from all over the place and calling that business, understand? Business opportunities. This just genocide. That's worse than genocide, but that's the only way to keep their lives going, you know. Well, I know a lot of people from Brazil. in Brazil media saying that try to avoid a conflict with the United States. My opinion, that will be very hard, because it will be very hard, because the United States, they just have one personality, they just have one performance, which is stealing wealth. Tommy, venga. Tommy, aquí mira. And so that's, I guess, people not just fear the United States. Well, it's just like Machiavelli. Machiavelli said, you should keep governing. You should be feared. No, you should be loved, like the soft power from the United States. The soft power. You should be loved, but you should also be feared. People definitely, they fear the United States because of the weapons and stuff and cheaper right now. Why they just don't destroy Israel? Because the United States is backing them. And because they admire, everybody admire the United States, they admire the American way of life, despite this very decadent. And even China, I guess, they don't know exactly what they are doing. Nobody knows exactly what's going on in the world. So people tend to, nobody, I guess China, this is just words, I've been reading a lot of articles from Russia Today and CGTN, and they have this philosophy, they allege to be different than the United States, but in the end, there's no way possible in capitalism, just imperialism, At some point, China will be imperialist, China should be imperialist, because it's boring, if you control the world, and in a capitalist world, and then there will be, the United States will not vanish, will not disappear, but if you have the chance, why not? Why not destroy all over the world? But even in that scenario, communism build China stronger than before. Is building even Vietnam and countries like that. So in my opinion, national communism is the best thing for global South national countries. And people in Brazil, they don't want to fight the United States because they fear them, and also they like the idea. So I guess in general, Brazil is always fine. The Workers' Party is always fine. This social democracy is nice. But I guess, in my opinion, Brazilian people, the left, they need to understand better materialism. This is an advancement. I'm worried about my own future if I go back to Brazil. I bet that there will be more coups d'etat against Brazil. That's my fear, because I see these people, I will tell names, Leonardo Tush from TV 247, TV 24/7. They believe in that the market will be good for Brazil, they guess, they believe the United States will be friends someday in the future, you know. That's impossible, you know, because materially, an empire like the United States, they know they cannot give anything to nobody, you know. They can't give nothing to nobody. They are under debts, and that's, in my opinion, China should finish. Yeah, that would be a great headline for this video. China should finish the United States. Finish it. Even the United States know that, you know. Only Brazilians don't understand how the world works. That's my take. No, problems will come, you know. Problems are there. That's the terrible things about Leonardo Tucci, for example. I like him. I know he's not stupid. I know he understands something. And what is important is that the conflict, it is there, you know. The conflict is there. There's a conflict. Well, the United States just is doing really great. Privatizing a lot of material wealth from Brazil. CSN, anyway, I will tell in Portuguese, the CSN, Vale do Rio Doce, Eletrobras, Sabesp, and so on, you know, government companies. Brazil should pay more attention on China. Brazil should pay more attention on Russia. Brazil should be pragmatic right now. Pragmatic. There's no way, there's no friendship with the United States and their supporters in Brazil. There's no way, understand? There will be a eternal loss. And well, as I understand this, I'm not planning going back to Brazil anymore because I know there will be another coup d'etat. You know, the right is not friend. It's impossible to be friends with the right. And I guess I'm so clear in this that I found that Lula is really jealous. He's really jealous. He has envy. He's with Maduro because, and why Venezuela is different than Brazil? Why? Because Venezuela actually was on the verge of getting invaded by the United States not too many years ago. There's two facts about Venezuela. Maduro actually was, they tried to kill him with a drone. Everybody remembers that. Getting shooting by a drone. Maduro. And other fact that is less visual. Venezuela was on the verge of getting invaded by the United States. Not many years ago, maybe 10 years ago. For maybe it's Trump. Maybe Trump tried to invade it. I was listening. I don't remember what now. But yeah, people is talking. Is really important to analyze all the things, you know. Somebody said that Trump, I don't remember now, but I watch a lot of podcasts about it because it's my future too, you know. By now there will be no, maybe there will be no invasion, but yeah, you know, Brazilians just don't understand. If there will be war in the Middle East, I guess the world, my only friend in Brazil, my only friend in life, my only friend is Rui Costa Pimenta. He's the only thing. He was the only guy who understands Marx. And why is my only friend? Because he's Marxist. He's a materialist. Look, the world is in a very deep crisis. In Ukraine, in Russia, in the Middle East, everywhere. Why not South America? They I guess I will bet on that, you know. I will bet that they are trying to destroy Venezuela just like they destroyed Peru, and something is very harsh, it's very problematic. So my advice, I'm nobody, you know, I'm nobody at all, but it will be very better to be a Marxist, study Marxism, study materialism. Forget about behaviorism, forget about the rich manners, you know. Forget about good manners, about wokeism. Forget about wokeism. Anyway, so right now I'm going to read something, and you know, it's kind of a waste of time, because I will tell you, this is bitter criticism on Brazil 24/7, TV 24/7. There's a lot of people over there. They are afraid, of course, afraid of civil war in Brazil, polarization, and so on. They are afraid of that. But that afraid, people pretend. There's a lot of people in Brazil pretending that Marxism is dead, is completely dead, and materialism also is completely dead. I was watching a video about a scholar in Brazil talking about sex with students. That's normally in academy. Well, maybe, but that's not central. You know, I guess sex, it happens everywhere. Sex can happen everywhere, in your neighbor, in everywhere, on the street. That's not important, you know. Sex is so important for Brazilians, but he also said that communism didn't work. Communism didn't work because of logistics, because of management, because of poor management and poor logistics. Well, maybe that's true. That was true last century, but right now we have a lot of technology, you know. Production, you can improve production with computers, you know, with technology. Definitely nowadays. And you know, is the best business. The best business for people, for workers is communism. That's absolutely the case. And well, that's it. Everybody should understand that the best thing for people is communism, and you should not stop thinking. You should keep thinking about the Contra-Revolution, you know, the reaction of the right wing. Should keep thinking about that. You should keep thinking about imperialism, about everything. Not everything is not fine, you know. It's not fine. So yeah, maybe you can trust China, but even China is capitalist. Even China, maybe you know what could happen? China will be imperialist, just like USA, you know. China will be a developed country, and they will start exploiting the whole global south. Anyway, so yeah, maybe I should read CGTN now. I prefer CGTN. You know, Russia is canceled. I just going to read one from Russia Today now. August 3rd, 2024. Right-wing riots break out across UK. Videos. Protesters clashed with police and left-wing demonstrators in Manchester, Liverpool, and dozens of other towns and cities. We have a photograph from police. A bottle is thrown towards police officers in Liverpool, England, August 3rd. Right-wing demonstrations have turned violent in the UK as anti-immigration protesters clashed with police over the murder of 3 children by a teenager of African descent earlier this week. I got it. I understand. More than 30 protests were held on Saturday in cities including Liverpool, Nottingham, Leeds, Belfast, Stoke-on-Trent, Blackpool, and Hull. The demonstrations came almost a week after riots broke out in the town of Southport following the alleged fatal stabbing of 3 children and wounding of 10 others by Axel Rudakubana, a 17-year-old born in Britain to Rwandan parents. The Southport riot spread across England, with more than 100 people arrested in London on Wednesday and a police station set on fire in Sunderland on Friday. Protesters on Saturday shouted anti-immigration and anti-Islam slogans, despite the fact that Rudakubana is not a Muslim. However, tensions between Muslim immigrants and native British have simmered in northern England, since it was revealed that police covered up the existence of multiple Muslim growing gangs in the region over the last 2 decades. In Leeds, where 7 Muslim men were given prison sentences in April for raping 8 British girls, demonstrators chanted, quote, "Beat the Muslims out of our streets and save our kids." Police officers kept the protesters separate from a group of pro-immigrant left-wingers who turned up to stage a counter-demonstration. In Manchester, fighting broke out between left and right-wing protesters, with the right-wing side hurling fences and other debris at police officers attempting to separate the groups. Police and protesters also clashed in Liverpool, with 2 officers hospitalized after being pelted with bricks and other projectiles. Well, that's it. I have a lot of videos from Twitter. Video footage from the city of Stoke purportedly showed gangs of Muslim men marching with machetes and other weapons. So let's go to CGTN. And well, I hope China remains communist, remains materialist. But it's hard to even to explain what's the difference of being efficient, communist and efficient in domestic policies, and being just imperialist in outside, on being imperialist in foreign policy. Foreign policy. We have a news from CGTN that says August 4th, 2024, China moves to advance high quality development of service. Just a second. Noisy truck! Noisy, terrible truck! China, August 4, 2024. China moves to advance high quality development on service consumption. We have a photograph. Tourists are seen in a scenic spot in Beijing, capital of China. China will work to further develop consumer services to support high quality economic development and meet people's demand for personalized, diversified, and quality services according to a guideline made public on Saturday. The guideline issued by the State Council set out 20 key tasks, including tapping the potential of consumption in sectors such as hospitality, domestic services, elderly care, childcare, entertainment, tourism, sports, education, and training. It also pledged to foster new types of consumption like digital, green, and health services, create new consumption scenarios, relax market access, strengthen regulation, and provide more policy support for service consumption. China will continue to open up sectors such as telecommunications, education, elderly care, and medical care, and ensure the implementation of opening up measures in areas like technology services and tourism. According to the document, the country will also optimize entry policies and consumption environments, speed up the resumption of flights, provide diversified payment services, and study the possibility of granting visa-free entry to more countries, it said. China will expand domestic demand with a focus on boosting consumption, and service consumption will be a major driver in the expansion and upgrading of consumption, according to a key meeting that set priorities for the second half of 2024 on Tuesday. In the first 6 months of this year, China's retail sales of services increased 7.5% from a year ago, 4.3 percentage points higher than that of goods, official data showed, Xinhua News Agency. 5 minutes ago, Israeli media. Maybe that's what I was looking for. August 4, Israeli media. The number of injured increased to 4, one of them in critical condition, in a knife attack in the city of Holon near Tel Aviv. So yeah, that was just a knife attack. That's, and well, they probably a Palestinian who now is dead. So terrible, a terrible place on earth, on history. Israel is terrible. 20. How much? I don't know. Israeli media. Netanyahu offered his foreign minister to take over the defense portfolio instead of Gallant. 24 seconds ago. Yeah, 24 seconds ago. Israeli media. 5 injured, including 2 critical and 2 severely injured in stabbing operation south of Tel Aviv. Yeah, so it's terrible. Israel is terrible. But I guess people respect Israel, not just because of fear, but because of everybody. Even Chinese people, they are capitalists. They have a capitalist mindset. But as Rui Costa Pimenta told me, answer me on chat, not with my real name. Yeah, I don't have a real name, I don't like the global south. Well, China, I forgot now. China is restoring capitalism, is on restoration, maybe restoration or something, just like Russia, but it's not a complete neoliberal experience like Chile, you know. This country right here in Chile is terrible. People just don't care about nobody, you know. They just think about little money. That's neoliberalism. People just thinking all day long, all their lives, thinking about little money, not rights, you know, not solutions, just little coins. That's neoliberalism. Anyway, 1 minute. This is from yesterday. China's economy remains resilient, on track for 2024 target IMF. So just to finish the last comment, well, just as I said in the beginning, everybody admires, and in a certain way they believe in the Torah, in the Jew religion, I guess, you know. They think, oh, I want to be rich, so which is the religion that is happy with people getting rich? Well, Protestantism, Mormons, I guess, Jews, you know, and that's why people admire the Jews. Unfortunately, few people really understand communism. I hope China doesn't forget themselves about communism. And well, Brazilians are a lost case. I will give a very, very low grade on future, you know, on future expectations on Brazil. They are relying on China, and the only China's guarantor is China's own communism. But maybe China will forget about his own communism. What about that? Brazil will be very weak, you know, in the future. So Brazil is not a good, because Brazilians, they are lazy, you know. They don't want to think about it, to think about the risks of imperialism, the risks of capitalism, the lacking of insurance, of ideological insurance or something. Yeah, I'm just going to read more news. A view of the headquarters of the International Monetary Fund in Washington, D.C., April 15. Maybe I'm going to China. I will try to go to China. Yeah, definitely. And you know, I was studying Chinese on Duolingo, and it's very nice, you know. It's a pleasure to study Chinese. It's a pleasure. Anyway, China's economy has demonstrated notable resilience, with its GDP projected to grow by 5% in 2024 and 4.5% in 2025, according to the final report for China's 2024 Article 4 consultation released by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, on Friday. China's 2024 GDP growth is projected to be broadly in line with the country's target, and inflation is expected to pick up gradually as the output gap closes and the impact of lower commodity prices once, the report said. The IMF highlighted Chinese government's efforts to facilitate property sector's adjustments and boost home buyers' confidence. Monetary policy measures implemented by the People's Bank of China, the country's central bank, was also acknowledged. We have a photograph. Customers select residential housing units at a real estate sales office in Yunfu City, Guangdong Province, July 6. And we have another photograph, a view of Beijing's central business district. So The IMF also emphasized that China's key role is in addressing global challenges and strengthening the multilateral trading system. China's efforts in decarbonization and sustainable development were also recognized as vital contributions to global stability and prosperity. So, few news, this day. Breaking primate for breakout poll at Paris 2024. What? Editor's note: Decision Makers is a global platform for decision makers to share their insights on events shaping today's world. Sean Tai is the president of the World Dance Sport Federation. What? WDSF. The article reflects the author's opinions and not necessarily the views of CGTN. I was recently asked if B-boy or B-girl could ever be considered in the same illustrious company as a celebrated Olympians such as Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, or Nadia Comaneci. And my favorite is the diving Chinese. My answer was, and still is, a unequivocal yes. Of course, as president of the global governing body overseeing breaking's Olympics journey, my opinion could be considered somewhat biased. I'm not seeing this guy dancing, but yeah. Breakdance, what about that? I like breakdance. But please hear me out. On August 10 and 9 to 10 at the Paris Olympic Games, 33 of the world's most talented breakers, 16 B-boys and 17 B-girls, will compete for gold in one-on-one competition known as battles as the iconic Place de la Concorde. When the sport was added to Paris 2024 back in 2020, one of the stated goals was to attract younger, more culturally diverse audiences. With its obvious youth appeal and ties to hip-hop, breaking being one of the four founding pillars of the genre. This objective is clearly achievable. Without any doubt, this August, the sport will resonate with people of all ages and backgrounds, surprising many along the way. Dance is, after all, one of the oldest human endeavors practiced for thousands of years by civilizations in all corners of the world. Simply but, is in our DNA. That is why I am convinced that even those who are completely unfamiliar with breaking, a style of dance that originated in New York City in the 1970s before evolving into a competitive sport, cannot help but be impressed by what they will see from our athletes in Paris. As the only dance sport of the Olympic program, breaking offers a little something for everyone. First and foremost, it features explosive improvisational moves, amazing artistry, and impressive athleticism. All a reflection of each athlete's unique style and creativity, and because breakers cannot repeat dance moves, there is a layer of artistic unpredictability that audiences find captivating. An urban sport that can be organized practically anywhere. Breaking is also the only sport on the Olympic Summer Games program where hip-hop and funk music form such an important part of the competition, giving sports fans a totally different and unique experience. And since our athletes do not know ahead of this time what music the DJs will play, they must improvise on the spot each time they hit the dance floor, adding a sense of immediacy and excitement to the proceedings. Yeah, you know, this too. No. This article is huge. The question. I'm going to show you more about geopolitics, real geopolitics. I'm going to shut down the lights just to be sure. Look, I'm going to show you something really serious about what could happen for Brazilians. Look, I made a message in Portuguese for Brazilians, and it says like this. I will try a lot of positions just to make sure you are reading this, and I will tell you, the Brazilian doesn't want war. Brazilians only want some shopping. You know, Brazilians just that's the most serious issue. They just want to make shopping. They just want to shopping. That's it. Brazilians just want to shopping things, consumerism. But the United States, they want war because it's fun for them. This war for the United States is the United States history. You know, the United States, they made his bones. They are warriors. They are warriors. Understand? They want war. For them, it's funny. It's life. You know, it's entertaining. They don't want to pay their debts. Even Michael Hudson is making a lobby against the payment of the debts. And that's the whole truth about. Even Pepe Escobar is not innocent, you know. He's not a comrade. Pepe Escobar is a comrade of Elon Musk. He is very sympathetic to Elon Musk. So that's the question about the future of Brazil. Brazil will suffer another coup d'etat because they are wrong about the Americans. The Americans, they want war. Well, you have this is real anthropology. You don't have to try to understand the other for solidarity. You should understand the other, the Americans in this case, for you prevent an attack, you know, to survive. For your surviving, you should prevent Americans attacked, you know. That's why you should understand them, not to make friends, but because it's your enemy anyway.
Este chantaje, que hoy día estén todos preocupados de una ley corta para salvar a la ISAPRE. Hay que dejarlas quebrar y hay que dejar que la gente vaya a un sistema de salud fortalecido y que toda la plata que se llevan ellos con el 7% la tengamos en los hospitales chilenos.
¿Cómo las vas a dejar quebrar si he escuchado a 20.000 personas en las últimas horas decir que esto vincula igual al sistema público, que mucha gente en estos convenios raros que existen se atiende hoy a través del sistema privado de salud que existe de FONASA, digamos?
Si quiebran con toda la plata que deben, podremos quedarnos como Estado con las infraestructuras que tienen, y podremos llenarlas de profesionales que sean estatales y podremos llenarlas de tecnología. Hoy día nosotros en Recoleta, mira, fui a visitar el nuevo ecógrafo de última generación que tenemos y que nos está permitiendo resolver anticipadamente, ¿no?, elevando la resolutividad de la salud primaria, temas que antes ni siquiera, que cuando llegaban enfermedades graves de las mujeres que están gestando, ¿no?, llegaban siempre tarde. Hoy día no, hoy día podemos advertirlo en las primeras semanas del feto, y eso es formidable. La pregunta es, ¿por qué si lo puede hacer un consultorio público de una comuna como Recoleta, no lo puede hacer todo el país? ¿Por qué efectivamente nosotros tenemos que seguir alimentando a gente que no tiene ética ni que tiene solidaridad y que solo piensa en la plata?
A ver, Daniel, si te entiendo, las deudas que tienen con las personas, la ISAPRE, porque son deudas con las personas, ¿no es cierto? ¿O me equivoco? Daniel.
Sí, pues les cobraron de más a las personas.
Perfecto. Y tú dices que esa deuda se podría pagar. Yo ISAPRE, que además soy dueña de clínica, digo, aquí entrego esta clínica que vale tanto por la deuda que tengo con la persona tanto, con Daniel Jadwe, con...
O sea, es una solución, pues, César. Si ellos quiebran, ¿no? Yo entiendo que el Estado podrá hacerse cargo de parte de esa infraestructura, ¿no? Porque finalmente han actuado de manera absolutamente ilegal. O sea,
Y en lo inmediato,
hay que ver si esta deuda tiene que ser compensada de alguna u otra manera. Entonces, yo honestamente creo que deberíamos hacer un acuerdo nacional para estatizar esa deuda, porque además la deuda...
And now it's Tommy yoga time. Tommy, you're my most precious friend. just like in The Godfather.
Además, nosotros siempre
Tommy's my Luca Brasi. What about that?
vamos a salvar como...
Well, in the movie, Luca Brasi just died. You know, Luca Brasi was a real gangster. She was not an actor. Luca Brasi was a real Luca Brasi. Understand? She was not pretending. She was not acting. She was himself. What about that? Yeah. So I don't know what name I'm going to put in this very video. Yeah, maybe I'm in danger in this country, definitely, because this country, they will drive to fascism, because people are poor. People are getting very poor in this country, in Chile, and they are surviving, robbing, invading places, you know, as a drunkard told me, invading places, and not everybody can have a pit bull. But that's it, and then people will elect a fascist